It is one of those places that anybody who has ever lived in or visited Oswego has to go to. With a main variety of over 65 subs, wraps, and sandwiches, including their world-famous cheeseburger sub, it has become a stomping ground that keeps people from all over coming back for more. This is the Oswego Sub Shop.
One of the teachers from my hometown was from Williamsport, Pennsylvania, and that's where the subs really started. And he encouraged my father to start a sub shop in Brockport. So that's where we really first started, and that was in '66, '67. I got drafted and was in Vietnam. When I come back from Vietnam, I went to work for my father at the sub shop in Brockport, and then I worked at the bank in Rochester, and then I had to quit my father after a while because I got married, had kids, so he retired, sold the sub shop in Brockport. Then my sister and her husband wanted to start a sub shop, so they talked my father into coming to Oswego. And after that was when it was started, actually in September of '69. And then my sister and my brother-in-law moved up here, and my father worked with them, and they were doing very good business. So I decided to come to Oswego, bought my father out in May of '70, and then in November of '70, I brought my brother-in-law out. The building at the beginning was an insurance company, I think that Bob McCormick, and he was going to merge from McDonough, McCormick, and Wright. So my uncle, who ran the Syracuse Oswego bus lines down by the theater, told my father that this place was coming up for sale. So he changed it from the insurance company to the sub shop. And then when I sold out to my son, after 35 years, I owned it for 35 years, now he sold out to my oldest son, and he's the one that remodeled it. The first sub shop we could only sit 16 people. Now we can sit 36. So it's a big change 5 years ago.
Change is necessary for any company or business in order to maintain success, especially if they want to endure many years of service. The sub shop, as many people refer to it, as opposed to its original name bearing its location, is a prime example of this. It is able to be referred to as the sub shop because of its ability to change with the times and thus appeal to many generations. This is evident not only with the transformation of the building, but with the transformation of the menu as well.
We only had a variety of 10 different subs, and it was roast beef, ham, turkey, sort of cold cuts, Italian, meatball, sausage, pepperoni, just a basic 10 subs. So when we first started out, we didn't deliver in the summertime at all once the college left, and we didn't open until 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So a lot of prep work went down. That was going on then. Then when we started, people requesting us to be open lunch hours, so then we had to put salads, for a lighter meal. We had to encourage our salads. We developed those, had soups and this type of thing, which helped change our menu tremendously. The signature subs, well, Al Roker was the first one, and when he was in school, there was no Al Roker. He was just another student. And then as he got more popular and bigger, and he used to refer to the sub shop, and people would grab subs and take it to him on the Today Show. And so we decided we should acknowledge the fact that he's acknowledging us. So we created the Al Roker. Then Eric Cole, he went to the school here and became a great hockey player, and his favorite sub was the Texas hot cheeseburger with bacon. So we changed it from that type of sub. We put Eric Cole's name on it. Then Steve Levy kept coming in, wanting to know why we didn't name a sub after him. And the girl said, well, you don't give us enough plugs on TV. And Steve, so lo and behold, he was doing a Syracuse football game one day on national TV, and he says, look at that guy run. He's going to run all the way to Oswego for Oswego cheeseburger sub at the Oswego sub shop. So We didn't have any choice after that. We had to name a sub after him.
If you look around a local town or community, there are advertisements everywhere, whether they be through newspapers, signs, television, etc. Throughout the years, the Oswego Sub Shop has taken an even further step forward in this regard, in the form of sponsoring youth sports. As can be seen from the various plaques around the interior of the shop, this business has always been intricately involved with the Oswego community.
When I was growing up, if I had a home run, I got a milkshake at the local milkshake place. Or, back then it was a fountain, like soda fountain. And so I couldn't, that was the best milkshake I ever had in my life. So I remembered that, and I said, kids need a little recognition. If they do something well in sports and to encourage them to do well, we give them a little recognition and free subs, free half a sub for a home run or a hat trick or goal or whatever. And we've been a sponsor for youth in Oswego a lot, and it's come back with dividends, paid back with dividends. But it's also encouraging kids to stay out of trouble, play sports. To me, it's not a lot of work. I just enjoy being here and taking care of the customers. And a lot of people, students and stuff that come back that haven't been here in 20, 30 years. I waited on them 45 years ago. And they come in and say, holy cow, he's still here. Those things, I feel like I'm a teacher or something, as old people's coming back or students, So those are pretty rewarding things.
He may say that it doesn't seem like a lot of work, but boy has Mr. Green put some time into his craft. He figures that over the past 45 years, he's probably wrapped over 6 million subs. And indeed, the millions of people who have walked through the doors of the Oswego Sub Shop are eternally grateful for everything he and the restaurant have accomplished for the people around Oswego.
We have a motto here. We like to make sure that when we're making, the girls are taught, when they're making a sub, make that sub as if you're going to sit down and eat it yourself. We take a lot of pride in making sure everything is made the same way. If you bought a sub in 1969, you bought one here today, you couldn't tell the difference. They're made exactly the same thing. The old cliche, if it's not broken, don't fix it.